Hi, my name is Dustin, and I'm a part of Ignited Home Group, and this is my testimony of what God's doing in my life during the coronavirus crisis. So, whenever I first found out about the coronavirus and all the stuff that it was starting to affect in my life, I was actually on a short term mission trip to Mexico with our church. And when I found out that our classes were going to be online, and then shortly after, we found out that home group was going to be online, and all these things began to change in my life. And all of what I looked forward to this semester, all of what I had in my mind of what was going to happen the rest of the semester when I came back, was gone. It was shattered. I felt like I re entered into a world that I didn't know what to do anymore. I felt like it was a dream that I just wanted to wake up from. But God has been using this time in very productive ways for me. I think God has really been refining my heart. It says in Scripture that God makes all things work together for the good of those who love Him. And I feel like this global pandemic, God has been using to refine my heart. And one scripture that God has really been impressing on me is in Matthew. It's Matthew 7, verses 24 through 27. And it says, Everyone then who hears these words of mine and does them will be like a wise man who built his house on the rock. And the rain fell, and the floods came, and the winds blew and beat on that house. But it did not fall, because it had been founded on the rock. And everyone who hears these words of mine and does not do them, will be like a foolish man who built his house on the sand. And the rain fell, and the floods came, and the winds blew and beat against that house, and it fell, and great was the fall of it. And so that scripture tells me that ever since I've come back, I feel like the storm in my life right now is the coronavirus, and it's knocking down all the things that I've built on the sand. Everything that I've built apart from God, that I've put my identity in, that could even be idols in my life. For example, one, being a home group leader. Another is being a student. Another is being a cashier at Panera. All these things I put my identity in, and whenever they fell apart, whenever I came back, I felt like I fell apart. But I feel like through this scripture, God has been showing me that, man, I really need to build my life on Him, because whenever the storms come, everything that I've built on God will not fall, but everything that I've built on anything else will and has been falling in my life. And so during this time, God has been growing me and helping me to build my life on the rock now, because it's all that I have. God is all that I have, I feel like now. And I feel like because we've had such extended time together, it's been just really sweet to grow with Him and even not have the distractions of everything else that I looked forward to before spring break. And so, yeah, so that is just the ways that God has been growing me through the coronavirus pandemic.